So today's agenda is going to be very interesting. We will be creating framework, page, factory, design, pattern. Okay. Or actually that includes page object model also. Okay. Let's understand that right now how we are creating our test case is simply writing a test class and then putting our test cases like this, right? We are doing in this way. We are simply creating at the rate test and writing a test case, then again a test case, again opening a WebDriver instance, opening the browser, then again a test case, then again next test case, right? It's a good way, fine. But what is the problem with this? They are repetitive code. First thing is this is repetition, right? With every test case, maybe. Another thing is this, you are actually, calling the function, the very basic functions provided by the driver, Selenium itself. So there should be a mechanism to reuse these things. One thing. Second thing is, if you see here, we are hard coding all these things. Hard coding at this place, let's say, right? Because you want to do with this something, right? You wanted to check whether this contact element is present or not, is displayed or not. But then if something will change in future, you will come to the this test case. You have to find out first of all where to change. Then you will come here, you will change it, right? It will work, but it will be a tedious task. Then this one where you validate the error message again. You have this by ID, by password, by ID, right? The password field, the login button field, right? Everything, whatever you are doing here, it doesn't look like a step. Technically, you know it, this thing that it looks like a step, but it's as a manual test, there should be a mapping like this is my manual test step, this is my automation test step. Okay. So things can be better. So to resolve this thing, page object model based framework is good. So what will be our agenda? Our agenda will be to create this framework from scratch. Theoretical part, read about it. You can simply read about it in Google. You can Google about these things. We are going to do practical implementation, and in that way, you will understand the theoretical part also. Okay, because I'm going to tell you the real problem what we are facing. Okay. So to resolve this, let's do something. First of all, in this test case, mm, there are a lot of things which looks like that can go to before suite, correct? These three lines. If you see here in every test case, these three lines are there. First three lines are this, correct? We want to go to a particular page, which is login page. So why not copy this? I'll say, um, what I will say, I'll say Control X and I'll put it here. I will say mm, before suite, before suite, and here we'll say public void um, before you start your before you start suite. Any name you can give. I am giving just a name. And this three line will come right before suite. Um, Now let me delete all these three lines from here. Delete. delete. That's it. We are taking this example of three test cases. Now, there is a problem. It's saying that this particular test is not able to find where is this dr, right? Because there is a local variable, there's a local variable of this particular function. So how this function will get to know what is driver or dr here? So this line seems mm, this line should be here. It seems like this at the class level and make it null as of now. Done. Error resolved. Error resolved. Okay. Done. This will work. Obviously, this is going to work. So if we will run this case, all this test case, it will be executed. So I'm running this test test, and this will open. It will verify the login page. There are three test cases basically. It is verifying as of now the login page title. One test case will be there for verify contact link is present or not. One test case is there for invalid credential. So it will execute. But what is the problem? Failure three. All three test cases failed. Null pointer exception. Cannot write this because this dot driver is null. So what it is saying that before suite, wait, it should not be like this. It will be then dr is equals to new Chrome driver. My bad. See, you declared it null. That's fine. But then at the before suite level, you are again saying driver. It's not required. Driver is equals to new Chrome driver will come. Otherwise, it will be a again a new variable. If I'll again write here web driver, then it will be a new variable. So we want to realize the same which is declared at class level, correct? Moreover, if you want the same instance to be present there, right, you should declare it static. Static. Okay. You should declare this as static so that the same instance will be available to all the cases. Now again there is a question. If this is static, so before suite level, you will be executing once. That's fine. But once you are at contact page, you want to go back to the login page, right? So there is a problem here. So let's understand what I'm saying. Okay, it is checking just it is displayed or not. Okay, then it's fine. So what test case wise, what we are doing, I'll show this. Test dot eclipse. Okay. We are at login page. We are just checking whether this contact link is present. So we are in the same page. Then it's fine. Good. And after suite, let's close it also. So there should be after suite public void close browser. Close and quit. Close and quit. So here I will say dr dot close dr dot quit. Okay. Now everything will be executed, and at the end, the browser will also get closed. Okay. So if I run this, let's see what will happen. Yeah, it is executing some test cases. There is no order. Have you checked it? It is executing the third test case first, maybe, right? Something like that. So all three passed. Fine. Great. Now, I am giving you this code, and now we will rearrange this thing. We will rearrange it. So You have to do it with me. Um, you have to do it with me so that you'll understand that how we are slowly creating a framework, right? So first of all, have this all test cases as a login page test in your system. I am giving you the whole code, right? One by one. You can pause and do these things first. Okay. Yeah, it's like this. This is another test case. And then at the end, we have after suite. So this one is this. This should work. Then only we'll think of creating the framework part. So I've given the whole code and you should work on it. Just check if it is working or not. So now let's understand that similar kind of thing will be required for other test cases as well. It's possible, right? Similar kind of thing will be required for other test case as well, other test classes or as well, right? They will need opening a browser, they will need opening the website, right? At least these two. I'm not sure about whether they want to go to the login page or not, correct? So this particular step, let me keep here as of now. Just a minute here, right? But then let's understand that instead of this, it should be like this, right? I'm writing in comment. It should be open login page or navigate to login page, something like this. Navigate to login page. This get title should be like get current page. Get title. That's fine. Get page title. There should be a way, right? And then this assertion is fine. Here, when you're saying this is same, right? Navigating the login page, correct? So this is same. Copying this here. This one is basically you're checking whether an element is displayed or not. So this should be check if this contact contact link is present. Correct? This one. Now, this particular test case is something again, same thing. It is like this, and this one is specify specify email or user ID. This particular thing is specify password. This one is basically mm, click on login, and this one is basically get get error message and message. I'm writing in shortcut. That's it. And this is assertion, right? So basically, test case is this. Okay, test case is this. So, and there will be multiple test classes. This is just one test class which is related to login page test. You may have lot of things like forgot password page, dashboard page, sailing page, item page, customer page, sales invoice page. There will be multiple page tests, sales invoice page test, right? There will be different kind of test cases. So can we do one thing? Let's create a base test where the minimum required thing, which is there for all the test case, we'll keep it there. Right? So what I'm going to do in the test cases, I'm creating a class which is base test. The name itself I'm giving base test. Okay, finish. And what I will do, I will copy this part, because in the test class, I want only test cases. In base test, we'll keep the things which is related to doing the prerequisite part for the whole test suite, the part which is required to setting up the browser. Those things I'm keeping in base test. Okay, it's like this, done. But again, in the login page test, there will be error. They don't know what is this driver, right? What is this DR? So let's use the inheritance concept here. Let's make it a child class of the base test so that base test variables, right? Base test level things like data member and the methods will be available to the child class as well. So here I'll say extends base test, done, and save this. Now the error is gone. This DR related error is gone. What we did, we simply did a base test and we said that login page test is just test cases. Base test will have before suite part. That's fine. Base test will have before suite and after suite, and having the browser, having the WebDriver instance done. Now, if I'll run my login page test, will there be any changes? No, it should work as it is. It's working. It's working as it is. No issue. Now it will check the things, right? So there are 3 test cases, and after that, things are closed. There is some error, but test cases is passed. Don't worry about this. Maybe some logging. What it is saying, socket exception. Don't worry about it. Maybe my system is slow. That kind of error is here. Don't worry about it. Test cases are passed. If you see here, and then it's saying test run 3, failure 0. All these test cases passed. Done. One thing. Now let's come to the page object model based framework. How it works. Right? So you have multiple test cases, correct? Why it's coming like this? If I have selected it. Yeah, so this is my test one, this is my test two, and so on. There will be multiple test cases, test classes, but not the cases. I'll say test classes. So what is this? These are test classes. Test classes. What you will have here, we will have here test cases. That means you will have at the rate test annotations here, correct? Same thing will other test classes as well. Here also you will have the same thing, correct? And so on. Fine, that's fine. Now, this test classes can consume different pages, right? So I'll give you the real example also. Let me create something first. This is the page. So what we are going to do is this will be pages. Again, Java file only. It will be some Java file only. This both the things are .java files. Here, what you will have elements and actions. Same thing, elements and action. Elements and action with all the pages. Fine. But this page is different. This page is basically, let's say this is login. This is login. This may be, let's say, um, um, dashboard or desk page, right? Desk page. This can be, let's say customer page, customer page. But one test case can travel to different pages. It's possible. Let's say there is a test case which will go to the login page. Once the successful login is there, it will go to the desk page. It's a like dashboard page. Let me show you what I'm saying. In our ERP system, let's say so when I am successfully logged, okay, just a minute. So if I'm successfully logged in, I'll be able to see this page, which I'm saying desk page. Then if I'll go to the ceiling module, it's a ceiling page. If I'll go to the customer module, it's a customer page, correct? It's a customer page. So you in real live project also, you have something similar. There are different pages. So one test case can communicate to multiple pages. It's very much possible, and it happens in a long what we say end-to-end test case, right? Or any test flow. It happens like this, right? And it's possible that second test class is interacting just with uh, login. Maybe it's possible that it interacts with login and it interacts with desk page only, right? It doesn't go to the another page. So we have to create it pages. We have to create different pages. All these pages, right? What we will keep there, we'll keep the elements and the action which will happen over it. And you will utilize it in test cases. This is the basic idea of page object model based framework. Okay. Name wise, this one can be login or let's say customer customer test. Okay. This can be just login and dashboard test. I'm not saying you have to give the same name. I'm saying this test class is basically related to just login and dashboard related test cases. This will be related to all customer related test case like creating a new customer, editing it, and so on. Right? There will be other test classes as well. This is the basic fundamental of it, and we are going to implement it using Page Factory. So now what is Page Factory? So Page Factory provides you a way to have your elements and action together in a class. I'm repeating it. Page Factory provides you a way to have your elements and actions together in a class, and you can instantiate it whenever you are creating the object of that class. That we are going to do now. So this is working. So now what we will do in the source test Java, we'll create one more package and we'll give the name pages. That's it, pages. In the pages, for every kind of page, we'll create a new class. So it's very simple. Let me tell you what I'm saying. Mm. For example, for example, this is home page, right? So I can create a home page. So wherever you are navigating, right? So I'll say this is my home page. That's it. Home page.java finish. And in fact, even if there is no, like you have not decided what will be the test flow, as a test lead or a senior member, you can assign this task to your members that, hey, find out all the elements and action on that. So, for example, contact, what you have to find out what you can do with the contact. Obviously, you will click on it, right? There is no other way. Explore button, login button, whatever is there in your system, find those elements in login page. So if I'm login page, what I will be able to do this thing? Generally, the basic functionality is login. So what I will do here, I'll send the keys here. I'll send the keys here. I'll click on it. I'll verify the error message. So whatever is the possible thing in this page, do it. Don't worry about the test case. It's possible. That's how, if you want to make a big, if you have a bigger project for the test automation where you want to do a lot of things, it's better create it. So I'm giving you an example. Don't worry. Home page. And what will be other page? Let's create one more class which will be just login page. Yeah, finish. So there are two pages, home page and login page. Here we'll create the constructor. Okay, home page. And what we will say here is somebody has to pass the driver, and we will say, I think this dot driver is equals to driver. Okay, but then what is your driver? So here you have to say the driver is equals to. Okay, what we are doing here. So just a minute, web driver this one. And here also it will be, somebody will pass this web driver. Done. What we are doing here is, because if you want to do any action on this page, right? So you should get the driver. Then only you will be able to do it, right? On this page. I'm saying a page will consist the element and the action. Okay. So let's understand. This code will always be there at the page level. Now, what is there in the home page? Let's go to the home page. This is my home page. In the home page, there is, click on login should be a function, and this login should be identified. This login should be identified. So there is an annotation, find by. Find by. How it comes? What is the vendor? So find by is by Selenium itself. There is a find by annotation you can give, but how it works? Here, you have to provide how you want to find. So it's like how is equals to, syntax wise, you have to understand just one time. Don't worry. How, comma, using is equals to this. I remember it. That means 3 to 4 times. Once you do it, you'll be able to do it. Right? It's not a big deal. Web element, login. Okay. Login link. So here it will be how is equals to how. How is again from the Selenium, there is a class. How dot link text. It will come automatically. Which link text? The link text is, if you will inspect this, inspect it, and this is login, right? The same spelling you should use using this. Done. What you will do with this log? Now you will create the function so that you can reuse it. So I'll say public void navigate to login page. How you can navigate to login page? By clicking on that link, right? So we'll say login link dot, right? So whenever somebody will call this function, somebody will call this function from this page object, You will call navigate to login link. This will do this thing. In the same way, you have to do other find by also. Let me give you one more example. In this page, you can click on this explore, right? So let's inspect this. Explore is also a link. So by link text, you can find out, or if there is another way like finding it by ID, class, do it. Let's keep it simple as of now. So there is the explore thing. So I'll say @ find by, and in the bracket, we will write something, but before that, let's say web element, web element. What is this? This is explore button. Give the name, in a very good way and keep it uniform. Uniform means there should be naming convention, right? So I'll say explore BTN. It's good. Button will be a good, very, long thing. So it's fine. Explore BTN is fine. Login link is fine. LNK, instead of writing just LNK, it's fine. LINK is fine. If it is a text box, you can say, um, I'll show you because we are going to come to the login page, right? So find by how. So I'll say how is equals to capital HOW dot link text, comma, using. Using means what is the pattern for that link text? My pattern is explore for the link text part. We'll come to the XPath and all, don't worry. Here, what you can do with the explore button? Once you click here, what happens? It goes to the all products page, correct? So you should understand what it does when you click there, right? So maybe it's up to you. You have to talk with your subordinates, your team members. Hey, what function we should give so that it will look good? So we'll say public void click on explore to navigate to all product page. Is it fine to write it like this? I don't know, but I'm using it. But because it looks good, because this is looking good to me, right? As of now, click on explore to navigate to all product page, right? Just a minute, something like this. So here, what we'll do, explore button dot click, explore button dot click. In the same way, you will be creating something for login page, right? Let's do it now.